Abia State is believed to be a business hub. I mean, Aba in particular, for instance. People come from far and near to buy things in Aba. Yet, you talk about unemployment being up there, far above the national average. How is it that the potentials of Abia State to generate and create jobs seem not to be holding?
Well, it is still the same problem. It's lack of vision.
On the part of the people? On
the part of the government. Yes. Let's talk revenue. Let's take revenue, for instance. 73% of government revenue comes from the federal allocation. 73. So it's only about 27% that are internally generated. Okay, that's a problem in itself. In 2016, according to National Bureau of Statistics, Abia State generated 13 billion naira internally generated revenue. Okay, and then in 2016, in 2017, it moved up to 15 billion naira. That could have easily been doubled. Now, what is the problem? The problem is that in this age, in the 21st century, the government still collects revenue by cash, and a lot of it disappears into private pockets. In fact, they use it to settle some of the boys. So, and in that kind of situation, you don't have enough money.
Do you have proof of that?
Sorry?
Do you have proof of that?
Oh, yes, I do, and you can read it up. In that kind of situation, you don't have enough money to even pay salaries. As we speak today, civil servants are owed up to 7 months' salaries. Pensioners are being owed about 17 months. It is a bad situation.
Yeah, but Doctor, so I thought this, pardon me, I hope you don't lose your train of thought. I thought at some point they said, well, there are challenges with some of those revenue collectors, people masquerading as though they were government officials, getting all sorts of revenue from people, so they're trying to sanitize it, as well as even deal with the question of ghost workers in the civil service. They want to put in electronic system to weed all of those out. Are you mindful of those?
Chamberlain, this was the story we had in 2015. This is 2019.
No, it was this government that said so.
Yeah, it's this same government. It's still trying to chase ghost workers. And that is why it's collected bailout funds, it collected curricular reforms. Those funds are stolen, outrightly stolen. And you ask for proof. It is very easy. In Abia State, okay, you all talked about Aba. Aba is easily the largest commercial city in the southeast, if not in Nigeria. But unfortunately, Aba has been left to decay. The roads are impassable, irrespective of the propaganda that the government is going on with. You go see TV commercials where they show that things are very well, things are looking very good. It is all lies. Aba is a ghost town. And I was there the other day, about 2 weeks ago. I went to the market. And I almost cried.
Because which of the markets, Kimo?
The Nkwangwa market.
Yes, because there's a market, there's a area market.
There's a area market.
These are industrial hubs by themselves.
There are about 7 or 8 markets in Aba. Aba is all market. But there are no roads. There's no access. So you talk about most of West Africa coming to Aba. That was in the past. Nobody goes to Aba anymore. In fact, a lot of people live in Akwa Ibom and do business in Aba. Insecurity has been terrible.
But this is the same about that. I'm sorry, but this is the same about that. Footing the footwears of the Nigerian military,
yes.
And providing even vehicles, yes, at some point, or some vehicle parts, and also giving the military hardware, for uniforms and all of that. And you say that it's not working?
No, it's not working. It's I've talked about unemployment right now, and I've talked about insecurity. In Abia State, and I have the figures, National Bureau of Statistics, the reported crime in Abia State in 2017 was about 12,408 from 356 that it used to be in 2015. Anambra is about 1,888. So the point I'm raising is that the level of insecurity, the decay in infrastructure, the decay in healthcare delivery system, the decay in environmental sanitation. In fact, if you Google it, you'll find that Abia is actually the #1 state in terms of debt today. Umuahia, which is supposed to be the state capital, looks like a glorified village. So there's a lot of work. And the only thing that is required is somebody who has this, who even understands the economy. Today, about in terms of revenue generation, internally generated revenue, for 7 million people at 15 billion in terms of taxes, it averages about 4,000 naira per capita. Lagos is 26,000 naira.
So what do you want to achieve? What's your target in that respect?
Good. The first thing is that you must invest in Abia. The investment will be in terms of infrastructure, in terms of environmental sanitation, in terms of power, okay? And until you do that investment, and then you cannot be talking of internally generated revenue. Because you find that, okay, I was talking, the tax rate that I was talking about, in Nigeria, our tax to GDP is about 6%, which is very low. But in Abia, it's 0.5%. So you find that the potentials are very large. But you require somebody who has the vision, who has the drive, who knows what to do.
But there's, you talked about investment, infrastructure, and all. There's a power plant in Abia right now. Is that not helping out in the provision of power? And then when you talk about in infrastructure, the road to Abia market, let me use Abia market for instance, was practically gone in the prior administration. But this administration talked about working on that road, and several videos have come in from them, from our correspondents as well. So tell us, when you say investment in this, the geothermal plant that is in Abia, is it not working?
Okay, let me tell you about the plant. The plant, luckily, I got involved in it in my previous life as a banker. It's a 141 megawatt power plant by Geometric. But there has been a problem. The plant is ready, but it cannot take off because Abia was isolated as an island for Geometric. And eventually, when the Jonathan government was selling Enugu Disco, he sold it again to Eastern Electric. And it has been a problem to resolve it between Geometric and Eastern Electric. Unfortunately, the power plant is ready, but it cannot.
So when you say invest in power,
yes,
how do you plan to do that?
Well, first of all, you need to understand that the world has gone renewable energy, solar, wind, biomass. So you need to, even the waste that is generated can be turned into wealth.
So are you going to start afresh with those initiatives? What about leveraging on what you have on ground already?
Well, what you have on ground is, you can start with that, but you must be thinking for the future.